House of Bob is sponsored by Legend 7 Brewing. Based in our hometown of Calgary, Alberta, these guys do a ton to keep us online and keep beers in our fridge. Thanks for listening. Welcome back to House of Bob's 2018 Holiday One-Shot. If you haven't heard it yet, you'll want to go back and listen to part 1 before going any farther. Last time, the kids discover something is amiss with their new toys, a series of Transformers knockoffs known as Our Friends the Machines. When the fictional war between the two factions of machines becomes very real, the kids take it upon themselves to solve the mystery behind these bizarre events.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'll be playing T-Rod. He's a simple boy who loves two things: his tractor.
Hi, I'm Vivian, and I'm going to be playing Charlie. Charlie is a scrappy young kid, and she likes to tinker with things, take stuff apart, and force them back together.
I'm Shubert. I'll be playing Paste, the 14-year-old troublemaker who likes to hit things with his skateboard.
My name is John, and I'll be playing the part of John. John is a weirdo who's great with moms and pep talks.
And I'm Alex, your game master. If you like what you hear, you can support House of Bob and help us grow by giving us a 5-star review on iTunes, buying merch from our Etsy store, and sharing the show with your friends. Roll on. So you guys gonna load them onto the tractor and head into town?
Yep.
When we got the robots with us.
It's one of those tractors that has the bucket on the front, so we delicately lay Hugh in the front of the bucket, and we all pile on. Are you gonna skateboard behind us, or it's kind of wonky right now?
The truck's broken.
Yeah, maybe not. We can all pile on.
One of my trucks is broken, but I could manual the whole way.
Tight.
So you guys all pile onto the tractor and you head into town. You know that the doctor's office is next door to the toy shop, so it's very easy to find. On your way there, you just happen to notice a group of adults, it's only about 10 or 12 of them, and they're all walking west. You don't think too much of it. You continue back into town. You head up to the doctor's office, which is next to the toy store, and you notice that the lights inside are off.
I ring the doorbell.
No answer.
What day is it, you guys?
It would be Friday morning.
Are we supposed to be at school?
Winter break has begun, so you guys have no school.
Right, okay.
We still need the doctor. Doesn't matter.
Does anyone know where the doctor lives? Or who a doctor is?
We could take him to my witch mother.
You could take him to your witch mother.
Witch.
Okay. You ride the tractor over to Charlie's house and you tell your mother about this weird old friend of your friend. And he seems to be hurt, and explain that you tried to perform surgery on him.
He fell on John's knife.
He fell on John's knife.
After the deceiver robots possessed him.
Your mother seems very suspicious about what's going on. I'm going to get you to roll a charm.
We didn't take Hugh out of the bucket of the tractor, though, so he's still there.
Bleeding out?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, not bleeding out.
No, I said I wrapped the shirt around his neck.
I'll just do a luck.
Sure.
I'll just do
You
that.
bet.
No.
Oh my god. 3 ones?
Harsh.
She is not impressed. Your mother is upset. She's very upset. So she goes outside and she picks up this poor man who you monsters have mutilated and brings him inside and tells you that she's very upset with you and that she wants you to return the toy that she gave you the money to buy.
Charlie, I thought your mom was cool.
Yeah, no, my mom's a witch. She'd be cool. She'd get it, wouldn't she?
Can I step in? Use my popularity among mothers here?
That's your crowd, eh?
That's like my thing.
Roll a charm.
I'm
Roll a
still
mama's
cute.
boy.
Nailed it.
Ah, yeah. Listen up, Ms.
What's Charlie's last name?
Angels?
Listen up, Ms. Angels? She's like, Ms., thank you.
Ooh, still got a chance.
All right. In with a prayer.
Okay. So she calms down a little bit.
This was a big mistake that we made. We were scared for our friend. See, T-Rod is really close with Hugh, and he was acting weird. You understand, right? Wouldn't you do the same thing for one of your friends?
Yeah, wouldn't you cut your friend with a knife?
She calms down a little bit and she agrees not to tell your parents but she's not budging on you returning your toy. She wants you to take the toy back to the store and ask for a refund.
We should tell her about what the toy's doing and how this was the toy's fault.
Yeah, the toy's acting up right now. They're still together.
We could just show her that the toys are...
She's an adult. She won't understand.
Yeah, she won't even see it happen because that's what this is. It's an 80s movie. Toys don't do stuff in front of adults.
I don't know. Do you want to kill her? Like,
No? Do you want to kill her?
I'm just
That's
asking.
a little...
He doesn't want to, but he might accidentally.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Pace very confidently explains to her that this is a robot uprising and that, yes, we should return this horrible monster robot to the store. I agree.
We should return it to the grave.
With you, Ms. Angels. And then I wink.
Roll and empathize.
I didn't get any success.
You didn't get anything.
Can I just like try to run away with my pumpkin?
Sure. Roll a move.
You know you can't go back home now, though.
Never.
Oh, I got one.
You manage to successfully run away before your mom catches up with you. She's a little bit too worried about this strange man who's now bleeding out on her front porch to chase after you. So where do you go? Where do you run to?
I'm gonna run to the sushi shop.
You want to see your mentor, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So you get to the sushi shop and you walk inside. What do you do?
I'm gonna ask my buddy what to do because he's got really good, steady hands, and
There you go. That makes sense.
start poking at the pumpkin.
Right. Yeah. In fact, his hands are so steady that he doesn't move. He just stares right at you and doesn't respond to anything that you say.
Oh, no.
Oh no! And then so I check his neck.
He seems to have whatever it is that Hugh has, but it's almost poking out a little bit. It looks metallic.
Can I pull it out? Or
There's a bunch of sharp sushi knives.
that's true. We're just gonna mutilate a bunch of bodies.
I guess, yeah. Roll of force.
All right.
I feel really good about beating the crap out of mine with a skateboard now.
Yeah. T-Rod feels like he got a bad rap, so he really wants to get his hands on another human.
Worked out.
It looks to be a computer chip of some kind.
Oh.
Now, your mentor gains the injured condition because you're not a doctor and you should not have done this. But it looks to be a computer chip.
Okay. Okay.
It's blinking.
All right. So we just need to get to a computer.
Sure. Who has a computer?
Charlie does.
Charlie's
I gotta go home.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's going to be rough.
All right.
But I'm still
I have an idea.
there,
Right.
Yeah.
smoothing things out. Listen, Ms. Angels, you understand how women can be sometimes. Didn't work.
He
So
failed that on
you
purpose.
really doubt that you're going to be able to get back home to use your computer, but you remember when you were at the toy store that the owners of the toy store had a computer on the counter.
Okay.
And there's
all right.
not a lot of computers in town.
All right. So I'm going to head back to the house and just climb into the tractor,
Okay.
start it up.
Okay.
Hey!
Yeah. You guys coming?
I drive. No one drives tractor but me.
When the tractor's going, I get on. That's my really bad motto.
All right. So the three of you are on the tractor. John, what about you? Are you going to go with them or are you going to stay and flirt with Ms.
I
Angels?
struck out bad, and now she's mad at me. I feel bad about myself, and so I'm getting on that tractor.
Okay.
There'll be other moms.
All right.
So many moms.
My God. My God.
I'm 12. It's not a sex thing. It's a pride thing.
All right. You roll on up to the toy store. You walk on in, and it's empty. There's nobody around.
Are there any of the robots still on the shelf?
So you notice that there's still quite a few convoys on the shelf, no deceivers, but you also notice that there's a lot of convoy boxes that have been knocked off the shelves, and there appears to be some broken toys on the floor.
Oh,
So what are we gonna do with this computer chip?
I make sure they're broken. Paste is just smashing toys that he sees.
You go over and smash them. Okay.
Is the computer still there?
The computer is still up on the counter.
Okay. Is it a floppy disk? We just put the floppy disk in.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So you take this computer chip and you shove it into the floppy drive of the till computer.
Sure.
Roll a
program?
a program, yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm the worst computer kid.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm looking for a better convoy toy than the canola oil thing that I got. But at this point, I noticed Charlie struggling, and I kind of wander over and say, hey, what's going on?
I shoved this thing into the computer, but I don't actually know what to do with it.
Oh, you put it upside down, and I turn it over.
How does T-Rod know?
No, T-Rod doesn't know any of this, but he thinks he's right.
Go ahead and roll a program, T-Rod.
I got 1 success.
You put the chip into the computer, and the screen turns on, and you see the logo for the Deceivers.
I get ready to smash the computer.
Okay. I'll tell you a little bit more about the store. It's a huge store. It's the only toy store in the neighborhood, and it's 1985, so it's one of 6 toy stores in Calgary. And it's a big place. The shelves run just about all the way to the ceiling. The cashier counter is at the front of the store, and at the back of the store, you can see the door that would lead to the storage room, and it's wide open. Usually barricaded shut.
Free toys.
Do you go to the storage room?
Yeah, Paste runs in there looking for some sweet discounted toys.
So you walk into the storage room, and you see Anne and Henry, the owners of the toy store, who you recognized from buying your toys a day earlier. And you see that they're both being held down on a chair by a group of about 5 deceivers, and they're attempting to put a chip inside Anne and Henry.
I was ready for this. I calmly put on my sunglasses.
Okay.
You can't see anything.
Even though it's indoors and now it's really dark, but that's okay. And I pick up my skateboard and I just start smashing. Kind of whirling dervish, flailing around.
So you notice that they're very agile. A lot more agile than you remember when it was just the 2 of them in the barn.
Oh, we gotta separate them.
So go ahead and roll your force, since you're going to be swinging your skateboard around. You suspect this is probably going to be harder than it was before.
Pace got 3 successes.
That is enough, so I'm going to get you to take one of those dice and give it to another kid. They can use that later. You managed to smash 3 of them, and the remaining 2 or 3 slow down.
There's strength in numbers, right? So I start taking all the convoy robots out of their boxes.
Okay.
And laying them in a line. Do they
To the
do
factory
anything?
we
They
go.
seem to come to life. And they look to you
You're getting better.
almost like they're waiting for you to instruct them.
Go help Paste.
Roll a lead. Nothing? Okay. They start to march in the wrong direction, but they're all doing it together. And they start to sing the theme song for our friends, the machines.
And I say, this way! And then I rush towards the storage room.
Roll a lead.
1 success.
You manage to corral all of these convoys that Charlie woke up.
Mm-hmm.
And once they walk into the storage room and see the deceivers, they say in unison,
Stop deceivers. This is all wrong. It should inspire friends.
and they begin to fight the deceivers.
Oh, I'm wading in myself. I don't use anything though, just my fists.
Roll a force.
All right.
And because you have the help of the convoys, you can add 2 dice to your dice pool.
Woo! 2 success.
The convoys manage to destroy the deceivers, and Henry and Anne thank you for your help. They explain that they're not sure what happened, but when they were looking over the inventory because they had noticed a number of the deceivers were missing, a handful of them started to attack them, and they don't know why. This certainly wasn't in the description of what they ordered from the factory just outside of town.
It's all good.
Well, all that being said, we would still like a refund.
Yeah, what's your return policy like?
Anne gives you a dirty look, and she says, well, you break it, you bought it.
Mine's not broken, it's just ran away.
And she gestures at all of the other toys in the storage room that are now destroyed from
What a
the battle
bitch.
between the convoys and receivers. She is kind of a bitch.
And we
Yeah.
put
Our
the chip
toys
back in
attacked
her?
us.
Yeah, and so my Cobaltio It's a little greasy, but it's still in okay shape.
Okay.
So can I try my luck at getting a refund?
I say screw this, and I go pick up the register and I walk out.
Okay, pick up the register and walk out. That's going to be a force. You have to lift a heavy thing.
Yeah,
That's not good.
registers are pretty heavy.
There's a good chance that these adults are going to chase after you. So, are some of you going to help with this?
Yeah, I'm distracting the adults.
Great.
I'm saying that my uncle is a lawyer and he can sue the pants
Roll
off
a
of you.
charm.
Oh, whatever. I got 4 successes.
Okay, so take 3 of those and give those to another player.
I got a
Charlie,
success.
you get all
You
3?
got a success.
Oh, thank
so
you.
you managed to distract the owners for long enough that T-Rod is able to pick up the register
Nice.
and run out.
I don't know why, but nice.
Do you take a moment to inspect what you've gotten out of the register, or do you just keep running with it?
Just put it on the tractor
Yeah,
and go.
I actually put it behind the tractor wheel and I roll it back on top of the register. Because I can't get into it because it has like the lockbox on the front.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to crush it with
Yeah.
track
Sure.
wheels.
Nice.
Was this register attached to the computer that had the Deceivers
Oh,
logo
yeah.
on
I
it?
like destroyed everything.
Oh my god.
Perfect. You just completely destroy this register.
Yeah.
And inside, with a little bit of money, but less than you were expecting, you find a note that says, Ursula, ? Should have been here,
Oh.
a phone number, and an address.
I give it to Charlie and I give you a cut of the money.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
What about me? I was the one who helped.
You haven't come out
distract
yet.
you.
You're distracting.
Yeah, I'm back at the store waving my razor blade at Anne because of you idiots.
Fine, I divvy it out 4 ways. How much do we get?
$40.
Oh, how
It's
much
the
is
80s. That's a lot of money.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's 10
$10
bucks each.
Yeah.
Shit,
Buy so much candy.
son.
Do we want to go see Ursula? I guess we don't have mobile phones, so
Yeah,
we
let's
need a
rob her,
land
too.
phone.
You remember seeing the name Ursula on the comics for Our Friends the Machines. So do you head to Ursula's house since you have
Yeah.
this address?
Yeah, let's head
Okay.
to her house.
On your way there, you notice the sound of police sirens.
John,
All right, we're going to have to put this thing into high gear.
get your razor blade.
Yeah, get off the tractor. You know what to do.
The 4 of you tense up and feel completely terrified. And
Did anybody bring a robot with
did you
them?
bring the robots with you?
Still
I've
got mine
destroyed
swaddled up.
all the
Razor
ones
blade,
that
one
I
hand.
can see.
Yeah, my pumpkin's been rolling back behind us.
Wait, and does your pumpkin turn into a life-size chariot? Is that
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so why
Yeah.
are we on this tractor? I'm sick of this tractor. It's a blood tractor.
Hey, it gets us where we need to go, all right?
This tractor is everything to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You two brought your robots. Did you guys take any other robots while you were at the toy store? Or you just took the money?
I took their lives.
Wow, that's fucked. You hear the police siren, and it seems to be getting closer, and holy cow, are you ever nervous? And then the police car blows right past you and stops at the local park where there seem to be a few other police cars.
Well, it seems like they have everything under control.
There you go. So do you just continue
they have
continue on
guns.
to Ursula's house?
Also, we just robbed a store, so we should avoid police.
That's fair. So you head on over to Ursula's house. Ursula's yellow villa is located on the outskirts of town, surrounded by an abandoned garden full of various plant life. You can notice from the street that her mailbox is overflowing, and the sidewalk is still covered in snow, even though the last snowfall was nearly 2 weeks ago.
She's a witch.
No,
I'm-
Charlie's mom is a witch.
Yeah.
Is your mom Ursula?
No, she's Judy.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Different witches.
Are they like related though? Maybe.
Are they?
Roll a contact. We'll see if you know this about them.
Does it have a garage?
I would prefer an investigate.
Fine, roll an investigate. It does not have a garage. The car is parked
2 successes.
2 successes. They're not related. But you know that they're not. Okay.
You should get something for 2 successes.
It's like-
Give one of those dice to someone else. Give one of those dice away.
Nothing.
All right.
All right.
T-Rod, here you go.
Thank you.
All right. So you can see that Ursula's house does not look to be in amazing repair. The yard's kind of a mess. There's still ice on the sidewalk.
Do any of the walls look a little weak?
No, it looks like a normal house. The yard looks like it's been a few weeks since anyone's been out to take care of anything.
All right, Paste, get in the bucket.
Wait, what?
Get in the bucket. The front of the tractor, the bucket.
Isn't that where,
No, Huey left at Judy's house.
Yeah, but all of his blood is in there and stuff.
Well, don't lie in it. Just stand there.
Or just be a man and lie in it.
Use it as war paint. No, don't do that.
Bathe in it.
Yeah.
Paste very reluctantly gets in the bucket.
All right. I raise the bucket up towards the second story where there is a window.
Do you try to go in the window?
Oh, yeah.
Roll a force to
Use your skateboard,
bust
man.
open the window.
4 successes.
Wow. So take 3 of those dice and give them to another player.
T-Rod, you were
I
the
got
one who
one already,
lifted
but-
me on high, so I'll give you those
Okay.
3.
So you bust into the room, and on the second floor, it appears to basically be one big room in this house, and it is a fucking disaster. There are candy wrappers everywhere, and pop cans, and crumpled papers. And as you scan the room, you see a woman leaning over a desk, and she appears to have the same bump on her neck, except she doesn't just have a bump on her neck. She has dozens of wires leading from her neck to computers around the room.
Paste makes it up in his mind right then and there that she is the leader of this and must be destroyed, but feels like he probably can't do this by himself, so he's going to need backup. So Paste goes back to the window and whispers down to T-Rod and you weirdos. The witch queen of the robots. She's up here. We got to take her out. So get up here.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
I clamber up the...
Yeah, I'll
Tractor.
throw my pumpkin in there.
Okay.
And I'll climb
Quietly.
up with my razor blade between my teeth like in that movie.
You guys all bumble your way in through this window. 3 more kids. You make a lot of noise, and she does not seem to notice. She is completely absorbed in whatever is going on her desk.
Is she actually doing stuff or is she staring
Do we
still?
investigate?
Roll and investigate.
Yeah.
1 success. You notice a few things. You notice on her desk, there appear to be some schematics. And you notice that a number of these food wrappers around the floor seem to be labeled. And they just have names of people.
Okay, what are some of the names?
Kevin and Larry and Donna and Hugh.
Anne?
No,
No Anne?
no Anne.
What was the name of the man at the toy store?
His name was Henry.
And there's no Henry.
There's no Henry.
But there is a Hugh.
There is a Hugh.
I don't know what to make of this, guys. What do you think?
Are we supposed to comprehend?
You pick up the schematics and roll a comprehend.
That's 1 success.
With your expertise on computers, you know that this is a schematic for the same chip that you took out of Hugh. And it appears to have some plans for more advanced chips. There is an address on the schematic, and you notice that some of the candy wrappers and food bags also have this same address.
Factory.
The factory where they make the chips.
Sure.
As good a guess as any.
You know that the toys, our friends the machines, are made locally in a factory just outside of Calgary. And you suspect that this address might be the same place. It seems like it might be the same area.
Okay, guys, we have to find this factory and blow it up.
Done.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay. This woman still doesn't seem to notice you guys. You've been climbing all over her desk that she's looking at. You've been shuffling through papers. Occasionally she flinches, like maybe she hears something, but doesn't seem to notice you. You do, however, hear some scratching at the door. And the longer you wait, the more the scratching seems to happen. It almost seems like there's more of whatever is scratching at the door.
Okay, so it's robots.
No, it's
Say we
probably cats.
Don't open the door. Cats or robots.
Yeah.
But I think
Robot
that we're on a
cats.
roll. Let's cut this chip out. With all the wires on it, let's cut
Totally.
it out. See what we
Yeah.
can do.
John, you want to try?
Yeah.
We've all, like, a couple of us have already done some cutting.
Yeah. I'll do it. Pull out my razor blade, and now it's me using the razor blade.
This is a lot of surgery going on.
+2 dice.
Okay, sure.
Okay. What's the...
Get in there.
This is going to be a tinker. Remember that this is also attached to a number of computers in the room. There's a number of wires leading out of her neck.
Okay.
So you'll probably be electrocuted.
Right. So first thing that I want to do is I want to follow these wires.
Okay.
Do any of them go to an outlet?
They all go to computers.
They all go to computers.
Unplug them all.
I ask for help unplugging all of the computers.
What happens if you press Control Delete?
It's a really old computer.
Yeah. MS-DOS.
Yeah. Nothing.
I smashed the monitor because I think that's the computer.
Okay, but then the one that you didn't smash. I say, Charlie, what does it say on the screen?
Run solitaire.exe.
Okay. I'm going to unplug that computer and I'm going to roll my dice.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. She lived.
She lived. She lives, but an alarm sounds. And the bottom of the door seems like something is scratching at it so much they're going to scratch their way through the door.
Okay. Guys, cats, robots, what
Out
do we
the
do?
window. Who cares? Do we save her?
The woman collapses onto her desk. She seems to be breathing, but you
Just
don't know much else.
We could put her in the bucket.
You can see the door in the corner of the room. The bottom corner of the door gives way, and 3 deceivers crawl under the door, and these deceivers are armed with
shit.
forks and kitchen knives and gardening tools, and they look ready to attack.
I've been ready for this my whole life. I start wailing on them.
As the biggest kid, I pick up the lady in my arms and I start carrying her towards the window.
Okay, let's do these one at a time.
Yep.
So we're going to pick up the lady, roll a force, and then Pace, I will also have you roll a force.
4 successes.
So you manage to pick her up. You can give 3 of those dice to another player.
Not a single success.
Not a single success. One of the deceivers stabs you in the shin with a kitchen knife, and you take the injured condition. The deceivers stab you in the shin, and you can see there are more of them pouring through the door. There are now 12 of them in the room, and they say together,
Just try and stop me. And I throw her out the window into the bucket.
okay, they run towards you.
Apparently they are going to try to stop me. They called my bluff.
Okay. What you should do is I'll distract them.
Okay.
Play distraction again. Okay. You get in the tractor, start backing up, and then I'll like jump into the tractor just as it's like backing up, and they'll all jump out the window and just like.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's an elaborate plan. John and Charlie, what do you plan to do?
It'll work perfectly.
Yeah.
At this point, these deceivers are pretty distracted with the bigger kids. I'm going to use my 12-year-old body, climb under the door that they busted through, and go see what's in the rest of the house.
You...
Seems like a terrible
All right.
idea.
So I'm going to have you roll a sneak, because they're going to try to do this without being detected by the deceivers.
I'm going to follow John.
Okay, so you can also roll a sneak.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, sometimes you need more than 1 success, though.
Nope.
John makes it under. Charlie does not. Charlie is noticed by the deceivers, and now the deceivers are approaching you. John, you continue down the stairs, and you do, after all, see 2 cats.
Yes.
You notice that every other door in the staircase in the hallway is closed. The cats seem to be blocked off, and their litter box is in the middle of the hallway, and it is completely overflowing. And the smell is unbearable. It makes your eyes water.
Okay.
So what's happening back upstairs?
I'm distracting the deceivers by swatting at them with my skateboard.
So you're going to distract them, and then T-Rod, you're going to try to escape. Is that right?
Yeah, T-Rod is backing the tractor up with the lady in the bucket still.
Perfect moment for me to jump.
Yeah.
Pace, I'll get you to roll a charm to distract them. And Charlie, what will you do while Pace tries to distract these deceivers?
Well, if I can't make it through, then I guess I'll just grab the 2 robots, like our 2 good robots, and do they mash together to become a bigger robot or anything?
They don't seem to, no.
No. Okay.
You could try.
They hug.
Just push them harder into the hug.
They hug harder.
What if I hook them up to a computer?
Go ahead and roll a tinker or a program.
So I got 1.
And what was your charm roll?
4 to charm, but I'm adding my skateboard because I'm using my skateboard to charm them.
Okay.
Really an intimidate, not a charm.
And did you succeed?
So I got one
perfect.
success.
Once the machines are hooked up to the computer, they start beeping and they start blinking. And for a moment, the deceivers stop and are completely still.
That's good.
Smash them.
Yeah, I smash them.
Roll a force.
1 success.
You manage to destroy a couple of them, and you can see that they're starting to move again. It's slow as it starts, but they're speeding up a little bit. And you get the idea that it's not going to be long before whatever it was that Charlie was able to do with the convoys and the computer isn't enough to hold back the deceivers.
I'm like, Charlie, do more of what you were doing. Do more computer stuff.
Doesn't seem you can do any more of it. You've done all you can do.
I don't accept
Can
that.
we separate? I thought we separate them, right? They're weak if we separate them.
So there's, this is a relatively
deceivers.
small room. It's 10 feet by 10 feet. And at this point, there are so many that have poured under the door that there's close to 20 of these deceivers in the room. And you don't think you're going to be able to separate them.
Okay, do we just leave?
Toss a grenade in and leave.
Yeah. I mean, John's still in the house. But
I mean, I'm shooting for the front door at this point.
Okay. You're all going to try to leave?
Is there anything in this house that I can find to light it on fire?
You can't get out of this room.
You'll have to jump for the bucket.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to jump for the bucket.
Okay. Are you going to do the same, Charlie?
yeah.
Okay. Both of you go ahead and roll a move.
Haste!
And John, what are you going to do in the hallway?
Charlie!
So you're heading for the front door?
John?
I tried to open up one of the doors behind the litter box.
It's locked.
It's locked. And then I tried to open up one of the doors beside the litter box.
It's locked.
And I'm too small to force the doors. So at this point, I'm on my way out the front.
You're on your way out the front door.
Such a
and the front door is unlocked.
Front door is unlocked.
You open the door.
Wait,
and
wasn't it locked when we showed up?
You didn't even try it. You didn't even try it.
Broke through the second story window.
Seemed to work pretty
How
well.
else do you get in someone's house?
Okay. So then I'm outside and I'm running after the tractor.
Okay.
Why don't you just bring the tractor back to the window?
So you could do a cool jump.
we
We
both
specifically
missed.
talked about this.
Yeah, so Charlie and I both failed to jump to the tractor.
Ooh, so you both failed your move?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Guess I could use
Use
a
your luck, guys. You're gonna fall 2 stories.
Okay, I'll use a luck on that one.
No.
Oh no!
All right. You both successfully get out the window, but you take a condition. What condition do you each take?
I'll take exhausted.
I'll just be upset.
You'll be upset. Okay.
I'm upset just watching.
I'm upset.
I'll mark it down. No,
Mark it down.
no, I'm not.
I'm just upset that T-Rod moved the tractor out of the way. Just as
Haste,
we
you
were about
literally told me to.
Charlie, did you attempt to take the convoys out with you, or did you leave them behind?
You plugged them into the computer, right?
Yeah.
And then you panicked.
Yeah. So
Are
they're.
they still hooked up to the computer?
Yeah, I think they are.
Oh no.
Oh shoot.
Oh no. So at this point in time, you're all near the tractor. Some of you had an easier time getting there than others, but you're all outside of the house, and you know that something insane has gone on inside this house. You somehow managed to get this woman out the window. She seems groggy, but she can speak. And you get the idea that you might be able to ask her some questions, but Shirley won't be alert for long. She seems to be kind of drifting off.
It's a shame. The tractor's too loud. We can't hear her. And I lifted the bucket up real high. So.
Okay. Well, that's that.
I mean, I like to interrogate people, so I'll get right up in that bucket.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Then
I'm just
I'll
driving
join
down the
you.
street.
I'll join you because I got some questions about those cats.
What do you want to ask her?
All right. So what's your cats' names?
The cats' names are...
Push John aside. I'm like, get out of the bucket, you weirdo.
The cats' names are Nike and Allie, she says.
I grab her by the collar
And?
and I say, why have you done this?
She says, it wasn't me. It was the machines. It happened at the factory.
Factory, eh?
And she falls unconscious.
All right.
To the factory we go.
Can we dump her?
Interrogated her to unconsciousness.
Can we drop her off at Charlie's mom's house?
Get a second wind or what?
No, like just dump her on the lawn because I don't know what's going on. I cut her open.
I thought you just wanted another
I don't
crack
want to talk
Charlie's
to her.
mom. Yeah.
I'm embarrassed, but I just don't want another death on my conscience.
I don't really want to stop, so we'll just pull up to the house and I'll use momentum and that'll make her roll out of the bucket.
Sorry, at Charlie's house?
Yeah, at Charlie's house.
All right.
Yeah.
And then do you head to the factory,
I just
or where
honked
do you
the
go?
horn to let them know that there's a body in the yard.
Right.
Guys, I'm going to be in so much trouble.
What kind of honk is that?
Oh boy.
There's a dead body in the yard. Enjoy.
You'd be surprised how often I've used that.
Okay.
And I start hauling ass towards the factory at 15 kilometers an hour.
15 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
On your way to the factory...
You're pushing her too hard.
yeah, it's smoking now.
Can my compass help make it go faster?
You could do some tinkering.
Roll a tinker. See if you can soup up the tractor while it's mid-roll. While you're trying to soup up the tractor, you notice a number of trucks that are branded with the Our Friends, the Machines logo. Some of them have a Deceivers logo on the back of the truck, and some of them have a Convoy logo on the back of the truck, but they all seem to be driving away from this address, the factory that you're heading towards. And now you're heading there a lot faster because Charlie managed to soup up the tractor, and you said you had 3 successes? Give 2 of those dice to another kid. You arrive at the factory. It's a large factory enclosed by a barbed wire fence. There's a wide main entrance with 2 large gates. Next to the gates is a small guard cage that is surprisingly unmanned. Next to the guard cage, there's also a smaller door that allows individuals to enter without the need to open the large gates. Looking through the gates, you see a field that's paved with old asphalt where weeds are poking through the broken cracks. Attempts have been made to clean up the area now that the plant will be once again used, but there are still several inoperable old rusty trucks that have not been moved since the 1960s, as well as a lot of cable drums, metal containers, and general scrap that was left behind. Or since they've now been abandoned here for a long time, all the debris is either rotted or rusted by now. You expect that production probably takes place in the larger building, and there's a smaller building next door. You can also see what looks to be a cellar door next to the main building. Somehow you're going to have to get in.
I mean, I'm kind of a one-note kind of guy.
I used John as a dowsing rod.
Hold on, you said that there were trucks outside, right?
Yes.
What's in the convoy truck?
The semi-trucks that you saw, some of them had a Convoy logo, some of them had a Deceiver logo. They just looked to be branded trucks, just advertising what they were carrying.
Because if there's convoy robots in there, I'd like a nice robot army.
So are you going to try to stop one of these trucks?
Got a tractor.
You've got a
And
tractor?
this thing is going like 60.
Okay. So do
At
you block?
least.
Do you block the road?
Yeah, I
I
gotta
think
do a
we-
sweet
we
tire
should.
skid.
We've got the bucket. Why don't we get under the front?
Oh, you mean like tip over the truck and like kill the
Okay.
people inside?
No.
I mean, I think we just want to block them all from leaving, right?
All right, I'm gonna let the Deceptors
I
go.
mean, if tipping over a truck blocks more, I'm not against
yeah.
that.
I mean, we've hurt people before.
It's in the name of saving the whole world.
That's true. Sometimes there's sacrifices.
So how are you going to try to stop one of these trucks?
I like
full
John's.
of
I like
toys
John's plan. Lower the bucket until it becomes like a
Yeah, I'll crush the cab.
no, like make it flip the truck.
So you're going to
lift
try
it
to
up.
flip a moving vehicle.
We're gonna try and flip a moving vehicle.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right.
Check this shit out.
So who's going to try to pull this off?
I mean, it's my tractor.
T-Rod sort of is
Okay.
the usual
So
driver, but
T-Rod, I'm going to have you roll a calculate because this is a very precise maneuver that you're trying to pull off. So you need to calculate the right way to make this happen.
1 success.
Miraculously, you managed to pull off this crazy Hollywood maneuver. This truck flies up in the air and does a 360 and flies over top of the tractor and skids out on the road, and the back of it flies open, and a bunch of convoys roll out the back and jump to attention and say,
How can we help?
all in unison.
I do a sweet skid off to the side. I'm like, y'all want to know what the T stands for? Tractor! And then I like,
The convoys all in unison yell,
Okay, Tractor Squad, listen up. There's a lot of bad robots out there, and you got to take them out. I try to rile them all up into a frenzy to take out
let's
the
Braveheart
deceiver
this.
bots.
so do you head towards the factory?
yeah, we're breaking into the factory
Yeah,
with them.
Okay, so how are you going to get in? So there's a main entrance to the larger building, and there's a main entrance to the smaller building, and there's what looks to be a large cellar door that is just next to the main building.
I'm kind of a main entrance kind of guy.
Yep,
Okay.
that's fine.
Go into the main entrance of the main big building,
Yeah, we have an army now.
see what's up.
The door is locked. One of you could try to pick the lock by rolling a tinker.
Kick it open.
Doesn't work. It's a huge door.
Guys, this door is too big for my big muscles.
Could a tractor do it?
A tractor could do it. Let's drive the tractor in.
Okay. I guess this would be a move. You're going to move the
Who
tractor
knew a
through the
tractor
door.
could be so useful?
Only one success.
So you just barely manage to bend these doors enough to sort of peek in, and a man looks at you and says, "Oh, hey." He looks tired. Really tired.
I'm tired too.
Attack!
Is the door open enough to even get in?
It's enough that one of you could probably crawl in.
Could we send in the convoys?
Sure.
Yeah, let's send in the convoys to open the door.
Sure.
Yeah. We'd like a refund.
You ask the convoys to head in and open the door, and they agree to help you. I'm going to have all of you roll a force to add 2 dice each for getting help from the convoys.
2 success.
Got 1 success.
No success on my 9 die.
None.
So this is enough. You pull the doors open, and this tired-looking man says, "Whoa. Hi, I'm Ollie."
Hi, Ollie. We're here to destroy this godforsaken hell factory.
Ollie looks at you and he says, "You're where?"
Here.
We're here. We're standing in front of you, and we're going to. You know what? Never mind.
Step aside, Ollie.
Where's the bombs? Where are the explosives?
Ollie looks at you and he says, "Bombs?
Ollie, where's the kitchen?
Oh, the kitchen.
Yeah.
The kitchen's in the cellar."
Oh, we could use like batteries. They're like the Samsung batteries, so if you like puncture them, they just explode.
This is 1985. I just want to point out.
Samsung was making worse batteries back then.
All right.
I check Ollie's neck.
Ollie has one of these devices, and it looks enormous, way bigger than the other ones that you've seen.
I knew it. He's one of them. The cellar's a trap. He's trying to lead us there.
All right, Paste. You're the only one who hasn't cut anybody. You want to get in there?
I feel like cutting it out has not really helped us.
It hasn't hindered us.
You know what we could try? We could try the opposite. We tried to cut it out. Didn't work. We could try to just like cram it in.
Can we hook a robot up to it?
Roll a
Oh yeah,
program.
that's a good idea. Try to
So because you have a lot
hook up.
Maybe they're smart enough to do surgery.
You've got a ton of these convoys here, so roll a program and add +2 to your roll for having the help of the convoys.
1.
Ollie seems to have a moment of clarity, and he says to you,
Don't cut me.
"Please don't cut me." He seems to be alert. Do you want to ask him anything?
How do we destroy this?
Ollie stops and thinks for a second, and he says, "Wait, the barrel's in the basement.
What about the barrels?
That's how we can stop this." He stands up and he walks to the main entrance that you guys just burst through with a tractor. He climbs over the tractor and this mess of doors, and he walks towards this cellar door on the side of the factory and pulls out a key card and swipes the key card and punches in some numbers, and the door opens up.
Good work.
And then he says, God, I'm so tired. He sits down and he goes to sleep.
All right, Ollie. You take 5. We'll get on these barrels.
Before we do that, can we just preemptively load him into the bucket of the tractor?
What, this guy?
That's
Ollie?
a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, just so we don't have to do it later. Because
Yeah.
we will have to do it later, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Let's drag up. Let's just ask the robots to do it.
Sure.
Good call.
The robots say,
No problem.
they pick him up and they try their best to carry him over there, but they kind of bump his head a couple times, but they look
That's
happy
fine.
doing it.
No worse than I would have done.
At least they're happy.
So at this point, this door to the basement of the factory is open.
Get out my flashlight,
Okay.
and I still have my sunglasses on, so it
Of course.
kind of cancels each other out. I'm gonna hold my flashlight and my skateboard and lead the way.
Nice.
And we're gonna find some explosive barrels and blow this place to smithereens.
So the basement floors, walls, and ceilings are made of gray concrete. This area is littered with fragments from the factory's history, and among the scraps are 2 large inactive robot bodies labeled A and B. These are much bigger than any of the robots that you've seen from Our Friends the Machines. They're almost human-sized, and they are sprawled haphazardly on the floor. Along one of the basement walls, there's a slightly old server tower and 3 databanks that appear to be brand new. The robots are connected to the databanks via a bundle of cables. One of you roll and investigate.
I can investigate because I'm investigating the cords, so I could like take out my razor blade and sort of slice a cable open and check and electricity going through there.
It's always how you investigate
yeah.
wires.
You can see
You do
electricity.
like to slice things open.
Also not that good.
No success?
No, I kind of screwed it up and went cut too deep and severed the artery.
Great. Does
Reminds you of anyone?
Thank God this isn't Ollie.
Does anyone else want to try to investigate?
No.
No. Sure, I'll try
T-Rod
to-
doesn't.
Oh my god, but I have -3 from being upset, exhausted, and injured. Nope.
I'll try it.
Sure.
I got 1.
Looking around the room, on the opposite side of the basement from these brand new looking server towers are a number of worn old barrels labeled Warning, Explosive Materials. They look to contain chemicals used in the manufacturing process.
Pace gets really excited when he sees the explosive barrels. That's what I'm talking about!
What?
All right, let's load a couple of these up into the, or I guess let's kind of spread them out in the factory. And-
No. One big boom.
Yeah, you're right. All in the center.
All right.
Can we make our friendly robots detonate them so we're
Why don't you ask?
a safe distance?
Yeah, ask them if they would mind.
Did you grab my gross canola robot? Where's he in all of this?
No, Gross Canola Robot and Pumpkin Robot are back at the house with the cats.
Back at the house with the cats.
They probably got torn apart, honestly.
Okay, but then we look and we hear a rumbling and we look, peek our heads out of the cellar and we look over towards the road and we see a pumpkin chariot
With a grease streak behind it.
rolling down with its greasy little robot on the front saying, he's not saying anything. He's still too far away from the other ones, but he's got his fist. He's pumping his fist up in the air. And then he gets a little bit closer to the robots and he says, "We're here to help."
You know what? I'll accept it.
All right.
I'll roll with that.
It's like Gandalf riding in on Shadowfax. This is so epic.
So, so you've got your 2 old friends, Greasebot and Pumpkinbot, and your new friends, the convoys who you broke out of the truck. And you need to come up with a plan.
All right.
I'm going to give you guys a couple of moments to devise a plan with these robots and how you're going to execute it.
I mean, I pretty much got it in one.
Yeah, pretty simple.
One big boom.
Okay.
Yeah. Put all the barrels in the middle of the factory.
Okay.
Maybe put a couple of them in the small. What's the other building? We never actually.
It looks like it's maybe a storage facility. It seems to be where most of the trucks are coming out of.
So that's probably our main target.
Well, also the 2 big robots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So can we just put a pin in the one big boom and just
explosive barrel each for the big robots.
Okay.
A bunch, in the factory, and a bunch in the small room.
How are you going to get these barrels there?
With our robot friends.
Okay.
Robots and tractor.
Okay.
We're going to load them into the pumpkin.
Okay.
It's actually pretty easy.
So you're going to move all of these barrels, and then what are you going to do once they're there? How are you going to detonate them?
We could tell the robots to overheat.
Canola oil.
well, yeah, but we don't have a lighter.
Yeah,
Canola.
you do.
Do we have a lighter?
I thought we had a lighter.
I didn't want to say anything, but I saw Paste taking a few puffs behind the barn.
Well, this is going to save us, so I won't tell Mom, but you should really consider quitting.
Never quit.
Surgeon General has some stuff to say.
It's 1985. They're not that
I
bad.
never quit anything once I started.
So you notice that Ollie, the security guard who helped you out, he has a pack of cigarettes in his breast pocket.
Okay.
Nice. You could steal his cigarettes because you smoke.
Yeah, I steal his cigarettes.
You steal his cigarettes.
Yeah.
Anything else you take from him?
And his lighter.
And his lighter. Okay.
Right. I take his wallet.
What's in his wallet? Yeah.
Yeah.
A piece of identification.
That's it?
$5.
And the access card.
Nice.
$1.25 each.
Yeah. Let's
There you go.
divvy it up.
You take his lighter and you ask the convoys to move these barrels. So you've already opened up the way into the main factory. I don't believe you guys have explored what seems to be a storage facility yet. So are you just going to hope that the convoys make their way in?
Well, so I thought that we were going to load the barrels into the tractor.
Okay.
And drive those towards the smaller doors, right? Is that what we talked about?
Sure.
Sounds about right.
Okay. So is everybody involved in this tractor plan, or are a couple of you moving barrels somewhere else?
And then we had the pumpkin delivering to the main facility, right?
Let's just open a barrel and spread the liquid or whatever.
Well, we've got my disgusting canola robot.
Yeah,
so
but
we could
is it-
use that as a Molotov cocktail type thing.
Is canola oil like
It's super flammable.
Is it?
It's
Okay.
super.
You don't care about your...
For the purposes of this story. It's super
I think we use it for cooking. So.
Sure. It could be super
Very
flammable.
high smoke point.
Yeah. Why not? We can go with that.
This particular canola oil is extremely
it's
flammable.
not food grade. It's cheap toy grade. It's been leaking everywhere.
All right. So
Great canola oil.
So you know that there are probably a lot of machines in the storage facility or in the factory facility. And you get the idea that if you don't pull this off, that you're probably going to have a big battle on your hands with the deceivers.
I'm prepared.
Can we spill the toxic waste or whatever, like around the perimeter?
What I've been saying.
Okay.
So crack open one of the barrels and then we use, because it says it's like explosive or flammable. You use it like when you take a gas can and pour it everywhere, right?
Okay.
I mean, T-Rod isn't a smart guy, but he knows how to make a fire.
Sure.
Can the canola bot hold toxic waste?
Oh yeah, we could load up the canola bot.
Just have him drive around and leak everywhere.
All right. I like that plan.
Yeah.
So you guys have CanolaBot load himself up full of explosive, flammable material and take a leak all around the factory perimeter.
Yeah.
And then you guys decide to light up the fire. Is that right?
Should we give our little gross robot a little pep talk?
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
he's your robot, so.
I got a bad feeling about this all of a sudden.
What I'm going to do is back the tractor up just outside the fence line, and then we raise the bucket so we get a really good seats, and then we all sit in a line on top of Ollie.
Nice. And then I light up one of his cigarettes
Okay.
and I pretend to inhale.
Okay.
And then I throw the cigarette.
Right.
What do you say?
Oh, you didn't pep talk your robot
I
yet.
did it real quietly. I'm like, all right, Cobaltio, I never liked you and you got all my clothes really gross, but now you're dying with purpose.
All right.
Literally
Roll.
the worst pep talk
Is that
I've
an
ever
automatic fail? Or?
Roll and empathize.
And I had my razor blade held up to his throat.
Sure.
I never liked you.
Sure.
Oh,
I don't feel like holding a razor blade is an empathetic thing to do, but let's go. Let's go with it.
inspirational.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He doesn't really seem very motivated by it.
But he's already done all the work.
He probably won't help you again, though.
Doesn't matter. He'll be dead.
Pace throws the cigarette, and it lights up this enormous, leaky, explosive, flammable mess. There's pieces of deceivers flying all over the place, but enough of them survived that now they're coming after you. And this is, by a long shot, the largest challenge that you've ever faced. And you're going to have to make a plan on how you're going to deal with this.
Tractor?
One thing that we've never discussed. Does the tractor have like a windshield and doors, or is it just like an open top tractor?
No, it's open, unfortunately. That's why we're climbing all over it.
I think that we just gotta, line them up. Just take them all out with the bucket of the tractor.
Yep. We also have our own little personal army of robots.
That's true.
Yep.
I think, the convoys should guide the deceivers into our oncoming tractor.
Maybe we could funnel them into the flames.
Yeah,
So we make like a pincer maneuver. Like
that's good.
both of our robots like push them together, and then we come right down the middle and ride the tractor in.
Okay. So what part are each of you going to play
Okay.
in making this happen? In this pincer maneuver, to lead these deceivers into the danger of your tractor bucket.
I'm gonna ride my pumpkin chariot.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need two different like generals
Sure.
like controlling like
Okay.
half the army.
Okay. I'll pep talk the convoys.
Okay.
Maybe someone else should.
No, I've got really good emphasize roll.
Okay.
Empathize.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. I don't believe you, but I'll take your word
Yeah,
for
you're
it.
gonna have to hold your knife up to a lot of threats.
Okay. Paste. What's your role in this going to be?
I ride in the bucket, and I have my skateboard out.
Okay.
And I'm just ready to smash any that don't get immediately destroyed by the bucket.
And I assume, T-Rod, you're driving the tractor.
We are one and the same.
You're one and the same. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start with the pep
tractor
talk.
is driving
Okay.
T-Rod just as much as he's driving.
So roll
Pretty
empathize
much.
for your pep talk.
Okay. So, guys, listen up. Here's what's going to happen. If you don't let these robots kill you, they're going to kill us. And
God, you are not a good.
I'm using my luck.
Okay.
Using that luck. Human lives are inherently more important than robot lives. And you need to understand this.
Okay. Tell me what happens with the chariot.
I hop in my chariot and I lead our robot army. I yell out the orders and I tell them that gotta funnel them towards the tractor or the fire.
Sure.
What?
Yeah. Sure. Towards the tractor's fine because I'm just gonna be pushing them back in.
Go ahead and roll a lead then.
Can my compass help?
Why would the compass help?
It's like an old Roman tactic where, you have the big board and then you gotta figure out the pieces.
I'm sold on it. Yeah, you can
Cool.
use the compass.
You need to know which way the wind is blowing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
1.
Okay. Paste. Tell me what's happening in the bucket. What are you doing to help pull off this plan?
I'm smashing them
Right.
as
Yep. Okay. So roll a force.
if the bucket doesn't immediately crush them.
Okay.
We're like the simplest kids.
I'm there to crush them.
So roll a
I'm
force.
a very simple kid. 1 success.
And T-Rod. Tell me about what kind of moves you're making on the
Right.
tractor to try to maneuver as well as possible.
All right. So I angled the bucket, just tipping up slightly so it creates like a wedge. So if they get stuck in it, they'll actually get pushed underneath it.
Okay. So roll a move because you're trying to move them out of the way. Okay.
None. I'm going to use my pride.
Okay.
Do you want to know what my pride is?
Yeah.
My pride is my machines.
Okay. Tell me about it. How does your pride come into play here?
Oh, I start sweet talking the tractor. I'm like,
Sweet
baby,
talk
you
the
just
tractor.
gotta go a little further. And I started like just giving her a little bit of gas and just the right amount of force to really start crunching him up.
You guys have managed to destroy a huge number of these deceivers, and it looks like there's just a couple of them left. What are you going to do to finish them off?
They're going to be slower.
They're going to be a lot slower.
I really just have one move.
How many of the convoys survived?
There are still probably about a half dozen convoys.
Because we got to do something about them too. Like they're kind of on our team, but they're not.
For now.
We don't want them. Yeah, we don't want them around.
I
after
agree.
This.
For once. I agree with John.
Aw, brothers.
But he's still weird.
Okay.
I feel like they just end with like a Sailor Moon move where it's like the Care Bears, you know? They just
Our powers combined.
and they spew love from their tummies.
Sure. Roll a contact.
Nope.
Didn't work?
Nope.
Okay. Well, they sure tried their best, but it didn't seem to do much.
No Care Bears.
What else can you guys try?
I could try lopping off their heads with my skateboard.
Sure. Give it a shot.
You're not going to be able to ride this
How's my
after.
skateboard still holding together after all this? That's the real question.
Well, you're not going to be riding it, that's for sure.
Not a single success thing.
Okay.
Do you have any luck left over?
Don't have any luck. I do have my pride. Wasn't there another thing?
So there's also pushing a roll. You can voluntarily take a
yeah.
condition and re-roll.
Probably shouldn't do that since I already have 3.
Wait, if he gets his 4th, does he automatically get the...
Yeah, so you're broken if you get 4 and then you're unconscious. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
You literally cannot do
No.
anything except for get dragged
No,
around
I'm
by your
good.
friends.
All right. How about a pep talk
We've all gone
For your
so
friends or for the convoys?
for the convoy robots?
Okay. Tell me about this other pep talk.
All right. So this next pep talk, because what we need. So you said that there was what, like 3 or 4 of the deceivers, and then like 6 of
Yeah.
the convoys. I'm just gonna be like, look, they're stronger and smarter than you are, but you guys have got numbers. And I need you to just go in there and kill all of them and die in the process.
Roll a charm.
I don't think you know what a pep talk is.
The best pep talk.
I did it.
All right. The convoys rush into battle and tear the deceivers to pieces. And then, because you convince them so well, they tear each other to pieces.
In celebration.
And is there one left over for me?
No, there's none left over.
None left over. Good.
There's a calm over the factory, and you feel accomplished. Along the way traveling back into town, you see a lot of adults looking confused and scratching at their necks and talking to each other about how did we get here and what happened. And you notice that there are dozens of convoy and deceiver toys on the side of the road, torn apart, laying in pieces. And you can't help but feel like you might have been responsible for this.
We did it.
Thanks so much for listening, and happy holidays. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more House of Annihilation. The music in this episode was produced by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com and is licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0.
We saved the world.
We saved the world.
And we ride slowly through town atop
And we
the
did it all
tractor.
with just a tractor, a skateboard, a weird guy.
Razor blade and a pumpkin.
And a pumpkin.
And Charlie and her pumpkin.
an inexplicable compass.
And we each got a 11.25.
So we got our money back.